Welcome to the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Coming up next, I have Fractured, a force to be reckoned with, delivering a hard-hitting, soul-stirring brand of rock and roll that will kick your ass. Led by the charismatic Robert Brooks on vocals with the twin guitar assault of Dave Fairs and Brian Smith and the thundering bass lines of Phil Witz. The band searched for a drummer who could drive their sound into overdrive. Enter Greg Amentt, a rhythmic powerhouse who completed the lineup and ignited a musical journey like no other.
Never felt like this before. Well, then you know the fear is real.
Fractured is pure, unfiltered rock and roll. No synthesizers, no gimmicks, just gritty, uncompromising, and unapologetic sound that will melt in your face and move your soul. Welcome to the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show. How's everyone doing tonight? I want to thank you for joining the show. And I got the guys already in the green room waiting to come out. And I told them I'm going to announce the band and then bring them out here in a few minutes. I still got to get more information. There's been a lineup change, so I'll let them explain that to you. There's been a new singer. And I think the drummer changed. Anyway, so I'm going to bring those guys back out here real quick. Just give me a minute. Hold on a second. Well, there they are. Let's bring them back out. So we're bringing them out one at a time. Here they come. Here they come. We got 3 of the members with us tonight. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys sound awesome, man. Okay, I want to thank you guys for coming out here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
The audience goes wild. Got some of your music all queued up, guys. Can you hear that okay?
Yep.
Woke up just the other day.
All right. I heard you guys had a lineup change. My commercial, 2 of the members, I believe, have changed and Fractured. And who's best to answer the main questions of the original band out of you 3?
Brian. Me or Phil? I guess Phil? Me.
Well, I'll just pick on both of you at the same time. Brian, I'm probably going to target you just for a minute.
Okay.
Tell me about the lineup change and when did it happen? And tell me about the new guys in the band.
It was about probably 5, 6 months ago, maybe.
March.
Okay, March.
We're kind of like Spinal Tap with drummers. We've gone through quite a few of them, but we
Yeah.
finally got the one I wanted since we put this project together. He
Okay.
was the drummer of the very first band I was ever in. Matter of fact, I learned guitar by him just playing drums in his dad's warehouse, and I just throw shit out there, and he put up with it. And we started a band, and it's been, a lot of fun. Then he wanted to play with the AC/DC tribute, Back in Black, and then he quit that during COVID because it was every Friday and Saturday for like 10 years he was doing it.
Right.
So he got his weekends back, and he decided he wanted to start playing guitar a little bit. I asked him if he wanted to join, and he didn't. He said he was into guitar, so I just let it go. And then like 5, 6 months ago, I called him up and asked if he wanted to sit in for one show, and he agreed. And I told the rest of the band, don't say anything to him, don't ask him to join. Let's just have fun, knowing how much fun it was going to be that he wouldn't be able to resist. So the night of that gig, we were standing there probably 10 minutes before we were about to play. I looked at him and said, so what do you think about joining full time? He was like, yeah, let's do it, man. And we went together, told the rest of the band, and the show we had that night we tore the roof off that place. We were all just so excited. Mark is such a powerhouse drummer.
Yes.
So it was a good change for the band.
Oh yeah. Nothing against our other drummers. Mark's just so talented and just a good guy. And I've known him for 30 years.
Well, I have a little bit of the bio in front of me here. I had to get a last minute change in the bio. You're Brian Smith.
Yep.
So tell me about the origination of Fractured. What year or when did it originate?
In I think about 2016.
Okay.
Myself and the original singer got together, and we were just kind of messing around at a friend of his house who was a bass player. And he had a jam space, but he was never there because he was always off doing sound somewhere. So we had a drummer that I played in a band previously with before, but he was very undependable. So we were just kind of messing around, and we ended up getting a drummer who showed up, and then it just kind of grew where we were at Dave's house playing. We actually called Dave to come down there. He came down there twice, and then we moved playing to Dave's house. And I can't even remember did we put out an ad, Phil? Is that how you came?
No.
It was through a person we will not mention.
Yeah.
And Phil came in with Cheryl, our manager, and he came in dressed as Nikki Sixx, as he always looks. He's ready to play at any moment, anytime, anywhere.
He's got a good look.
Christmas Day, and he's dressed ready to go on stage.
He's got a good look, man. It's being a rock star, man, you got to have the look all the time, man. You're going on the road, you're going into a club, people recognize you, and you're like, you want to maintain that presence, right? And
that's it.
I just
did the job you want.
I just interviewed Lucas Rossi last week, and man, that guy he goes, I wake up like this, and he has eyeliner on, and I mean, he's just decked out, right? Tattoos all over his body. And I go, is that your persona when you're on stage? He goes, no, I wake up like this. My eyes are sometimes stuck shut because of my eyeliner.
That's how I am.
I'm like,
that's how I am. I don't wear the eyeliner, but this is how I go to the grocery store. This is how, like, everything. I mean, I sleep naked, but other than that, like this, I don't own other shoes other than boots. And
I think
like,
I actually think those are his pajamas.
Yeah,
he's more modern rock, more of a younger guy. The music, I like the old school rock and roll. I think we lost the eyeliner a decade ago. Back, I was from the hairband days. I was the lead singer for Danger, and it was the glam era, right?
Right.
I mean, I had hair down to my ass, and I did wear a little bit of stage makeup. But back then, I kind of crossed all genre. I crossed the phase where, kind of like the Babies, when you started looking like Bad Company, people started dressing kind of normal. They put on the Levi's and The hair
Yeah.
came down about a foot, brought the hair down about a foot, and about 10 pounds of jewelry less. But that's kind of where I came from. I came from like way back. My first record was 79. And then I went through
Wow.
the 80s and then the late 80s and then the 90s. And then I just kind of faded out, and Poison opened up for us back in the early 80s or mid 80s. And so anyway, so that's kind of what I went through. But I understand, the persona. But you guys, I love your EPK or your bio. It talks about the original rock and roll, the grit, no synthesizers. The original, no. You guys are probably sound like you do in the studio when you play out live. I'm guessing.
That's what we go for.
Yeah,
we actually record live in the studio.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. For the people that haven't seen you play, I have a video queued up, but I just want to touch one-on-one with you real quick. I'm going to jump up to Forrest real quick and just kind of get an overview of when you got in the band and your experience, what it's been like so far. Forrest.
Well, like I said, I was asked if I wanted to audition, and that was back in March, and I had been around the band a lot, so I was familiar with the songs already, and I just listened to the album a few times and everything they had on Spotify and YouTube, and I was hooked pretty quickly. The songs have a good groove and they have good hooks, very catchy. Get them naturally stuck in your head,
right?
And so it's the range is right in my wheelhouse, so it was just a really good fit.
Well, how long have you been in the business, or how long have you been singing?
I've been singing since as long as I can remember. My first band was just a high school, college bands, college for music. I've surrounded myself with music for most of my life. Got into family for a while and put it down for a short while, but then kind of came back in with a vengeance. And I lived on the West Coast for most of my life. So the move to Atlanta, Georgia was a new thing for me, and it opened up a real big world of possibility. I started meeting a lot of musicians real quickly, and I've been real happy with my journey. And every step is just an evolution of myself and whatever direction I'm going to take the music.
Yeah. Any strong influences, or what kind of music have you always sang?
I grew up in the 80s also.
Okay.
I listened to a lot of Poison and Motley Crue and Van Halen and all those. But I really got into the grunge scene pretty early. I kind of caught the tail end of the hair metal bands, and I got into Alice in Chains and Soundgarden.
Yeah, there you go.
And Screaming Trees and Pearl Jam and all that really new stuff coming out of Seattle. I really fell into that pretty heavy. So I would say that definitely Lane Staley is probably my biggest influence.
Yeah.
Of course, Ozzy. I've always been an Ozzy fan since I can remember.
I
my
love
dad
Ozzy.
was a big music buff, so I've had music in my ears since I was tiny. I got to thank him for that.
And so, where are we at tonight, guys? Are you guys? I didn't have that in the bio tonight. Where are you located?
Well, they are in Atlanta, and
You guys are in Atlanta.
I'm in just south of Tampa, Florida.
Okay, not a bad place to be.
No, it's not.
Now, do you guys rehearse together, or do you do remote rehearsing, like online?
Well, they rehearse regularly every Sunday, and I join when I can. I generally get up once a month, not every month, but I do my homework. We get together for gigs, and when it's gig time, right now these are all cover songs for me, so it's pretty easy. I have established material. I could just jump in and play a part. As we write more and more, that will change. But for now, I don't really need to be in the room.
Gotcha.
To make this happen, to make the live shows happen.
It's a whole new era.
In the room more.
It's a whole new era. Rock and roll's changed. We go back to the 80s. We weren't able to do this. We weren't able to play, in other cities. It's pretty incredible that, and I deal with a lot of international rock acts where one guy's in Finland, one guy's in Brazil, 2 guys are in the United States.
Yeah.
And then they have to all fly in and do the gigs and all that. And it's got to be kind of expensive, traveling, to do some of these gigs. And in any way, so I'm kind of used to that, but that's why I always ask where you guys at, because it seems to me that it's very rare that a band is all in the same city, in the same neighborhood. It's very rare.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, especially as bands get bigger.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to jump down to Phil real quick. Phil, tell me a little bit about yourself. What got you into music, and how did you meet this great bunch of guys in Fractured?
Well, what got me into music is really my cousin. And he passed years ago, but he was a drummer, and he was heavily influenced by in the 70s in Kiss and stuff like that. He was in the 80s and stuff played, and I grew up, he raised me on the 80s, and I grew up with him. He kind of raised me, and so I grew up playing, and but when I grew up, all my friends in high school, they were into death metal and black metal and things.
Right.
It was kind of tough for me to find a band and different things and different projects. So here and there, I had different projects, but it was difficult to like hold bands together and different things. So like joining bands, I found was a lot easier than putting my own projects together. But I actually started playing bass in middle school.
Okay, so you've been playing a while.
Yeah, and I went on to being a singer for a while, and now I'm back to bass. So
have you always just played the bass, or do you play guitar as well?
No, I've played just the bass now. I really
focus.
Love it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you sing with the band as well?
I do. I sing backups.
I knew you did, because you look like a singer, like a front man.
Thank you.
I'm a singer, so I can always pick out a singer. And you guys do now. It's heavy metal. Would you classify or categorize your music as heavy metal or hard rock?
I would say hard rock.
Probably hard rock. There's a lot of confusion, I think, with all the different genres, and everything's been relabeled over the past 30, 40 years. And I remember going into a Tower Records and trying to find Rush, and there was there was like 30 categories of music. There was heavy metal, soft rock, hard rock, medium rock, progressive rock, and then there was back then punk. We had Devo and all those guys, and then we had thrash, we had grunge, came out later. But it was so confusing, and I'm like, where's Rush? And they were, of course, in the progressive rock section. But if you remember, do you guys remember record stores?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, man. And people sold albums, right? Sold vinyl and made money actually selling records.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, ain't it?
Today, it's like carte blanche. It's like a buffet. People pick one song, they download it, they listen to it, and they're done. I'm like, it's hard to make money, is what I'm saying. In the music business.
Plus, they missed that album mark.
Right.
I remember buying an album and staring at everything. You open it up and just the whole afternoon.
Right. Wasn't it great though? And
awesome.
I heard vinyl's coming back a little bit. If you guys are into that, do you have any plans or aspirations to print anything on vinyl?
We hadn't talked about it yet, but that would be really cool. I love the sound of vinyl.
I know, and being able to touch it and see it and feel it,
It's a warmth to it that isn't captured by any other way of recording or listening.
Right.
It's just something about vinyl.
Now, going back to you, Brian, have you always played guitar coming out of high school and all that as a young kid? How'd you get into music? I didn't ask you. How'd you get into music?
Well, as far as what I listened to when I was real young, my brother graduated high school in the mid-'70s. He was 12 or 14 years older than me. And he left home and left everything he had, including this giant box of albums. So, him being my older brother, he was my hero. So, I was listening to Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and, Kiss Alive. Everything was in this box.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I came up right. That's what I'm saying. And then Yeah, I had a friend that came to my high school. I grew up in a small town. So this guy moved from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and he played guitar. And I would go over to his house. We became instant friends. And he would play guitar for hours, and I'd just sit there watching him, tell him what to play next. And then I went and bought a guitar, and he would come over to my house, and I'd say, "Here, play it." And he would play it. And then one day he goes, "Man, fuck you. You play it." I was like, "I don't know how to play it." So I started, messing around with it a little bit then. And then when I was 19, I moved to Georgia. And basically I met this guy, came to work where I was at. He introduced me at the next weekend went to a huge party, and still talked to 20, 30 people from that night. They're my core group of friends.
Nice.
And yeah, it's been crazy. I love Atlanta, the life I've had here. I've had way too much fun in this town. Playing music especially.
I've got a video queued up for the audience tonight. It's a song. It's called Burn It Down by Fractured. And I've got about a few songs. So for the audience tonight, be prepared. We're going to be playing some heavy rock and roll tonight. And the guys are going to talk about the songs, and they have some pretty funny stuff. I've been watching some of the videos. I actually got a good kick out of it earlier. And anyway, you are listening to Fractured. Let me go ahead and play that for you guys, Brian. Let me know if you don't hear something. Let me know, because sometimes I have malfunctions on my side. Let's do a. All right, I think I'm all ready to go. This is kind of funny. Does anybody want to preface this video that you have on your website? It's called Burn It Down. And anybody want to talk a little bit about when did you do this video and what brought it all about?
Sure. Yeah, man. I believe Dave and Brian had the concept of doing a 70s show kind of homage kind of thing, around the circle kind of thing, where we were all kind of doing a burnout thing.
Okay.
And it just the whole Cheech and Chong homage thing at the end, your thing, that was plugged in there. And it was a lot of fun, man. We shot it at one of the local venues that we have here in town, and it was all shot live, and it was tough, but we pulled it off, and it was a lot of fun doing it. It really was.
It looks like you guys had some fun. I'm actually I want to play it right now for the audience, just to give you guys an idea how crazy these guys are, and how great they are. Let me play the video for you real quick. Are you ready?
You notice I'm not in it.
Yeah.
Dog walks into a bar with a sausage under one arm and a duck under the other.
Wait, dogs don't have arms.
Does a duck get the bill?
Fuck you, Dave. Wait, what?
Crank it up.
Every Anybody got a light out there?
Hey, man. Come on, man. Let me in, dude.
Who is it?
Dave, man. Come on.
Dave's not here, man. Dave's gone, man. You went to go take care
Come
of
on, man. Let me in, man. It's Dave.
No, man. Hey, Dave's not here, man.
Nah, Dave left, man. Dave's not here.
Hey, Dave's not here, man.
Shit.
Oh, that's great. Love it.
Come on, let's get it
All right.
on.
There we go.
'Cause this is how we burn it down.
Very good. Love it, man.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Oh my God. Let's bring the guys back in. What a great video. A lot of fun. It looks like you guys have a lot of fun together
Oh yeah,
as
definitely.
a band. Yeah. That's pretty cool. And Phil, man, you look great up there on stage, bro, playing that bass guitar. I mean, you just got a great look out there. All of you do. And the singing is unbelievable. You guys are very hard hitting band. I love it. You know, this the kind of music that now you guys, how many songs right now do you have out there that people can listen to on like Spotify?
I think there's 6 on Spotify, and then there's the videos on YouTube.
I think
You
there's
guys-
Am I wrong, Phil?
I think there's 11
total.
on Spotify. I think there's 11 songs on Spotify, and then there are 2 music videos on YouTube. More and the one you just played, Burn It Down.
Yeah, I saw another one on the website. I want to play it for the audience here in a little bit. But man, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Sounds great. So tell me a little bit about what you got coming up, gig wise. Are you guys pretty much settled with the lineup that you have now, as far as the band members go?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So no more changes.
Yeah, I believe we found the right group of guys now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know how hard it is to be in a band. It's a
very hard.
relationship with 5 people and all their problems.
It's very difficult. And, you know, I think it's like a family, brothers and sisters, you know, you have to get along. If everyone gets along, then everyone's got a pretty good, keep their ego in check and all that shit. And everyone can, you know, get along with each other. I think things will work out. It's amazing when I look at bands like Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, bands that have been together for decades. You know, they had issues, you know, along the way. You know, they didn't get along all the time, like the Eagles, right? And they managed to survive, but it's not easy being in a band. And today I notice there's a lot of solo artists that I ask them, you know, how come, do you have the same players? They go, a lot of them say no. A lot of these solo artists, they just pick up the band when they hit the next town. And I say, why don't you have a constant, you know, player, like a guitar player? Well, he says they're unreliable, you know, or whatever. So it's very difficult keeping the band together. You know, I know, you know, I did it for 40 years.
That would be kind of shitty to have every new band every time you went somewhere.
I know. I'm like, man, I'd love to have the same backline. You know, I would hate to have a new guitar player every time I went out and played.
Right.
But just be
guitar
so
players are hard enough to get along with.
Right. I noticed you got a guitar in your hand, and I see a whole rack of looks like Les Paul Gibsons up there.
Yeah, I'm a Gibson guy for sure.
Yeah, Brian's got a few Gibsons.
Yeah. You've got about $20,000 worth of guitars on that on the first half of that rack.
There's 13, 14 of them in here, maybe 16. No, I don't know. I lose count.
And what a great sounding guitar. I know the Les Paul. I played it. I have an Ibanez in my studio, right? I'm in my studio now. And but you can't beat the Les Paul. Now, what other guitars do you play? Is it just Gibsons?
Pretty much, yeah. I own a Fender and one Paul Reed Smith, and I noodle on them, but I love the Telly that I have, but it just doesn't really fit the music we're playing. I mean, it could, but we got a wall of Les Pauls while I play a Telly.
I like the Telecaster, man. Fender, you know, you can't beat Fender either. You know, you go back to Stevie Ray Vaughan and some of the Eric Clapton and some of the sounds they get. The clean, you know, chunky.
Oh, clean is awesome on a Fender. Now, I've always loved the Stratocaster, but playing a Les Paul, when I play a Strat, my pinky sits right on top of the volume knob and turns it down every single time.
Well, it's a pretty comfortable guitar, sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got used to the Les Pauls. I got some Flying V's and an Explorer.
Oh, I love the old Explorer, man. My guitar player had one. It got stolen out the back of Gazzari's in Hollywood one night. He left it laying against the car, and somebody took his Flying V, man.
Oh.
I think he's still depressed over that.
I'm sure. I'd still be hunting for him.
Oh my God. You know, when you're playing gigs, man, you're out there, you know, it's hard to, you know, you got your equipment's flying everywhere. You got roadies, things are flying in the truck. It's hard to keep everything safe and together.
Yeah.
You know, I remember playing 2:00 in the morning, you know, and there's one guy took our Marshall stack and put it in his van. And I'm like, holy shit, man. You know, it just, stuff happens when you're on the road, you know, especially down in Hollywood, man, when everyone's like, there's 8 bands and the room is like, you know, 200 square feet.
Right.
And they put them all in there in the dressing room. There's like 3 bands sharing one dressing room, you know.
Yeah, it's like when we load out, I make sure that, you know, I'll take my guitars out, I'll lock my car, go back in, get something else, come back out, lock my car.
Right.
Do not forget.
You know, I noticed a Phil up there. He's got it looks like a 6 or 7 string bass. And I just wanted to touch on that real quick, Phil. It's a 5 string?
Yeah, it's 5, man.
That thing is badass.
Thank you.
And what kind of bass is it for my musician friends out there?
That is a Spectre EST.
Okay.
And, yeah, dude, I love Spectres. They're really good. Like that That Spectre especially is like, it feels so good, like on my body. Like, because I have an Ernie Ball Stingray 5, and I use it in the studio a lot, but the Spectre, man, it's a little concave, so it fits just right on my body.
Yeah.
And I can do so much with it. It's just so light. I love it, you know?
And it's a 5-string. So you got what? E, A, G, C, and then what's the last string on a 5?
Well, I've got B up at the top.
Okay. Well, that's right. Okay. So you got that extra layer where you can go up a little higher if you wanted to.
Well, a little bit lower, yeah.
Or lower. That's pretty cool.
Sorry.
What about you, Forrest? What kind of mic system you have over there? I sing out of a AKG headset and a Shure SM58 Beta. What do you sing out of?
I'm a Sennheiser guy.
Okay.
I generally sing on stage with the Sennheiser 945. I have a wireless, small rack system I take with me sometimes, but I can also I also pare it down to a very small little gigging rig. When I go and fly into a show, I have a small pedal on the floor, a microphone I bring with me, and one of those new little 2-piece wirelesses where you just plug it into the microphone, plug it into the box, and you're good. It's so simple. I even played the whiskey with it. It sounded great.
Nice.
It's amazing what you can do with current technology. I've tried a lot of different microphones. When I'm recording, I have a bunch of different. I have a couple of AKGs. I have a Shure SM7B that I like a lot.
Okay, yeah.
But when I perform, my go-to mic is a 945.
Nice. And the Sennheiser, that's been around a long time. Great mic.
Yeah. I found them right out of high school, and it just they're EQ'd slightly differently, and I just find that the Sennheiser fits my voice better than a Shure.
Right. It's funny. I was recording the other day, and I broke out my 58 Beta, and I'm right now I'm on my AKG condenser mic because I need that full big sound, that huge EQ. Yeah. But I found that it's too much when I'm trying to sing. I want to narrow it down a little bit to bring my mids out and instead of having that big fat EQ, I like to shrink it down so I can hear my mids, and when I scream and I hit the high notes, I want to be able to really pierce it. But everyone has their preference in musical instruments. That's why I asked that question a lot, because I have a lot of musicians that listen to the show, and which I encourage, and a lot of new musicians. And now I wanted to switch subjects real quick. I've got behind me is a call-in flyer. It's called Talk to the Band segment for the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show. And this is around the world. You can call in from any country, and you'll notice a QR code on my left shoulder, that QR code right there. If you scan that with your phone, you can call into the show from any country: Finland, Brazil, Germany, Asia. So anyway, it's Talk to the Band segment. The phone number that I put up is USA. So if you want to call in and talk to the guys, and the first caller in wins that beautiful coffee mug that you see right in the middle there. And that's a picture of the band on the front. And give a call in. It's 669-444-9171. Country code 1-669-444-9171. And your secret code to get in is 702-927-2226. 702-927-2226. 2226. Give a call into the show and talk to Phil and the guys and Forrest and everybody else, and have a chance to win that free mug over there, and listen to some of their awesome music, which we're going to play another video here in a minute, guys. I'm looking at your website now. You got a gig coming up. Somebody said September. Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah, man. September 1st. We got a September 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We got a date at Fuel the Fire Fest is what it's called, at Furnace 41 in Jonesboro, Georgia.
Okay.
And it's with our brother Silver Cell, who we haven't played with in a while. And we also have another show coming up October 4th in the Smoky Mountains. It's the Smoky.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that.
You're cool, man. Smoky Mountain Bike Week at the Roadhouse Lounge in Tennessee.
So those are the gigs coming up. I'll post the gigs on your website at the bottom of the podcast show when it's over, so people can click and go and check out your shit.
Very cool.
I've got a couple videos. The one we played earlier was really cool, really funny. We've got another one. It's fractured, and it says more. There you go.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool one. It was the college SCAD, which is was it Savannah College of Art and Design or something like that? Is that it?
Right.
Yep.
They had a contest in bands send in 2 songs, and Cheryl our manager sent in 2 songs to them. They picked us, and then we had basically just finished recording, I think 5 songs at the time, and they chose us for 2 of the songs that she sent in. Then they listened to the rest of the stuff we recorded, and they chose this song more because they wanted to do a concept they had in mind for filming. It was a very cool experience. So it was
looks like a good
2
video.
days of filming. Oh yeah, it was 2 days of filming in 2 or 3 locations, and it was very cool. It was a lot of fun.
Without further ado, this is Fractured. The song is called More. I'm going to play it for you right now. Here we go. Nice. Great song, guys. Great song.
Appreciate it.
Would that be considered a ballad, kind of?
It was kind of I'm a huge Black Sabbath fan.
Okay.
And Dave is as well. So that was kind of Dave came up with the original idea, and we kind of worked it from there. And live, it's very Sabbath-like.
It is. It is. It reminds me a little bit of Ozzy, the early Sabbath.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fucking cool. And you guys have that authentic hard rock, that going back to the old school rock and roll. You're not sugarcoating it. You're not putting synthesizers on there. You're not doubling up. Yeah, I would have to think that you guys sound like your album when you play out live. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually record live.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at the chat room, guys. We got some people that are in the chat room. They're asking a few questions. And I don't know if you might recognize even the names. We have a David Drew that's in there. And he did ask, how long has this band been together? And I believe you said 2016?
Yeah, that's the original. Yeah, it's when we first got together. Probably really formed as a band in 2019, probably. We were just kind of hanging out, having fun. And then we got serious.
Yeah.
2020, I think is when we got serious.
Well, it says you were born in the chaos of the pandemic. And that would have been what, 2019 or you guys came out
somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay, so that's when the band really hit the ground running, around 1920.
Yeah, that was a hard time to be in a band.
It was a hard time to be anywhere with the lockdown and all the clubs closing down and the concert halls. I mean, I can't imagine the money that was lost and how many bands lost millions of dollars in stopping their tours and what have you. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Did you guys have to cancel any gigs when that all came down?
We had actually a few gigs during it because no other band really would. I don't know if they didn't accept it or what, or we were stupid enough to go out, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure which one it was, but we played a few gigs during it.
That's pretty cool. And going back to, the origination of this band. So to answer his question, it was Drew around 2016, Drew. And if you're still there, we got a few people in the chat room that are, Brian Moore is in there from Curtain, he's from Curtain Call. And then we also have, I'm trying to see if anyone from Iron Gate Records. Tell me a little bit about Iron Gate Records. You guys got signed. And give me the rundown. Has anything changed for you guys when you got signed by Iron Gate?
Definitely.
Did you notice a big change?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Like, they distributed us, and we started picking up streams right away. Greg Amentt, he owns the label. And he got interested in us right away. He partnered with us. He wrote a song with us, and he started pushing that song. And since then he's produced our stuff.
Very cool.
And he's waiting on us to get back in the studio with him.
Are you guys working on a new album under Iron Gate?
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. And now, if people want to come see you play, where do you Where are you going to be playing next? And I know you mentioned a few gig dates, but run it by me one more time. Where are you going to be playing where people can come see you play? You tell them where you're going to be.
September 27th, we're going to be at Furnace 41 in Jonesboro, Georgia.
Okay.
At Fuel the Fire Fest with our brother Silver Cell.
Silver Cell. They're on my list. I think I'm going to be doing an interview with those guys.
Yeah, they're a great band.
Are they?
Great band. Cool bunch of guys too.
Are they like you guys? Just hard rock, hard hitting rock? Okay.
Yeah, they're a little bit heavier than we are.
They're swampy.
You guys are pretty heavy though. You guys are pretty heavy, and their drummer, he's a thumper, man. Is that what I'm listening to? Is that the new drummer that I'm listening to tonight?
No, that was the videos have been our original drummer. But probably the third drummer at the time.
Okay.
I'm not kidding with the Spinal Tap, what we talked about before.
Now, are you guys going to be recording with the new lineup anytime soon?
Of course. Yes, okay. Absolutely.
That's what I thought. And you got new songs to record, or are you going to go back and redo the old songs as well? Or are you going to just continue forward?
We have
moving
3
forward.
songs actually in the can right now.
Okay.
That was one of the first things I did as I joined on. Within the first month or so, they put me in the studio, and they had the songs already written. One of them I wrote the lyrics to, and the other 2 were already written. So I just basically put my spin on them and redid them. And so yeah, those 3 are ready, and we've got a bunch of other stuff we've been working on in the room in the pipeline. So
very cool.
There's a lot of fun stuff coming up. We have a couple of big things working in the background with a bigger label company that's we can't really say much about it right now, but we do have some wheels working in the background, and so there's some big things coming.
Now, I was looking at your bio. There was something. Let's see. Who is it that played with AC/DC, formerly of?
That's our drummer, Mark.
Mark Hoylman.
Mark Hoylman. Yep.
There you go. That's a tough one. Hoylman, formerly of the AC/DC tribute band, Giant, Back in Black. And you say he's the hard-hitting, relentless, and always on time. Can you tell me a little bit about the other members that aren't here tonight, and the drummer, and where does he come from? How long has he been in the band, and are you glad to have him?
Yeah, he's been in the band about 6 months.
About 6 months.
And
Okay.
I've known him for 30 years, though. He was in the first band I was ever in.
Okay.
And he was my friend back longer ago than I'd like to admit. We used to go to his dad's warehouse and just make a bunch of noise. His dad had a huge concrete block warehouse, and we'd roll up the door because it'd be 150 degrees in there, and we'd just crank the amps, and he would just beat on the drums, and I would just make up stuff.
Well, you've known him for over 30 years. How did you rekindle that relationship in the band?
Well, we always stayed in touch, even when, there's probably 10 or 15 years where I didn't see him in person, but we talk on the phone, because he was off doing his thing. I was doing mine, and then he laid down the drumsticks for 4 or 5 years after the whole AC/DC with COVID basically shut it down, and just timed it right. I asked him a couple times to join the band when different drummers left, and he said, "No, I'm a guitar player now." I said, "Okay." So we left it alone. He asked him to sit in on a gig, and he had so much fun that he decided to stay on, which is what I was hoping for, what we were all hoping for.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like you guys have a fun future ahead of you in the music business, and you got a great bunch of guys. Hopefully you guys all stick together, and this is the lineup that is that's gonna blow the roof off, right?
Yeah, I've known Dave just as long as I've known Mark, the other guitar player. I met him at his Super Bowl party, and I don't even know what year it was.
I like the Scorpions. I listen to Scorpions, AC/DC, and you have 2 guitar players in the band. Do you guys work off each other, like with dual harmonies, kind of like the Scorpions type of thing, or do you?
We don't do a lot of the dual harmony stuff. We play so differently.
Okay. He's
very by the book, on top of the beat, and I like to funk it up a little bit, be a little bit behind the beat, but it works well together because we create this wall of sound that doesn't happen if 2 guitar players play exactly the same way.
Right. So are you more the lead guitar player, or do you both trade off leads?
We both play leads.
Okay.
Yeah, at first I was, because Dave hadn't played in a while when he came down there. And, I hate when people, he's the lead guitar player. I'm a guitar player. And I knew Dave would play some leads, so he just had to get back into it enough. Now he's playing some smoking leads too. So
now, do you have? I'm looking at your songs here, and I don't want to read them all off, but I got about 5 that you guys sent me, and I love to play the. I love to play the tunes, and I don't want to play them while you're talking, but I love to play the songs when I can. Do you have a favorite song? And I have a few. I have "Burn It Down," which I listened to earlier. Very good song. And then I have another one. Let's see, where's this at? And then I have "Maybe Tomorrow." Burn It Down, Maybe Tomorrow. And then I have another one on the screen tonight. Let's see here. I just want to crank it. "In the Wind" by Fractured. "In the Wind," "Burn It Down." And then 2 more that you guys sent me. "Standing Still."
That's probably my
favorite.
Huh?
That's probably my favorite.
I got a hell yeah out of Forrest over there. And then I've got another song lined up. It's Alive Clean. Is that right?
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
Sounds to me like.
I think In the Wind is probably my favorite just because of how it all fell together. And that's the one that Greg Upchurch came and wrote with us and produced.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of funny because we just met him and he's like, anybody play a wah pedal? They all look at me and start laughing. Like, I'm addicted to a wah pedal. I love the wah. So I was like, yeah, I do. And then we're sitting there recording and he's like, okay, guitar solo here. Another one here. Another one here. I'm like, man, I really like this guy.
I heard you playing the wah-wah pedal. You don't hear that much, in today's music, really. The wah-wah's kind of taken a back seat. We're going back to Jimi Hendrix, when the wah-wah, came out, man. And Peter Frampton, right? Some of the early guitar players. But I just love
Kurt Hammett wore it out, though. I do the same thing. I wear it out. It's hard for me to stay off of it. I absolutely love a wah pedal.
And I'm not a great guitar player, but I mess around with it a little bit in the studio here. But let's give that one a listen. It's In the Wind by Fractured. See if you can hear this. Yeah.
Woke up just the other day, nearly lost my mind. I dreamt I was an alien and it traveled through dimensional time.
You guys hear that okay?
Don't know how I got here, don't know where I've been. I only know that I'm a traveler and I got to get moving again. Looking over my shoulder, seeing places going by, never wanting to go back again. Image in my rear view, it makes me want to cry. Now I know I put it in the wind. No sign of inhabitants, continuing my plans indeed. And no sign of a residence, that's what I really need. Looking over my shoulder, and seeing places going by, never wanting to go back again. Image in my rear view, it makes me want to cry. Now I know I put it in the wind.
Here we go. Some bass going. Dimensional time. I don't know how I got here, I don't know where I've been. I only know that I'm a traveler and I got to get moving again. Looking over my shoulder, seeing places going by, never wanting to go back again. Image in my rear view, it makes me want to cry. Thanks, man. That wah-wah pedal works for that song.
Oh yeah, it works for any song.
It works for any song. No, it just gives it that. I heard so many different bands in my head. There was when the snare drum started coming in. It was like Ballroom Blitz or something. I was going in different directions on that song, and it just took me back to like the late '70s, probably early '80s, when rock and roll was still, authentic to some degree. And you guys really hit it hard, man. The drums are amazing, and that song is very, very commercial. That might be one of your hits. You get that thing on the radio. Get that thing. How's Spotify doing for you guys? Is that song out there on Spotify?
Oh yeah.
It's still pretty good. Still pretty good. It's on a lot of playlists.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys, now I want the audience to go down. I want you to look up Fractured. Go to Spotify, Google Fractured Music or whatever, and listen to their tunes, man. We're only playing a fraction of Fractured tonight. And, we have a couple songs. And hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, all that stuff. You got to subscribe or you're not going to get reminded of their next hit that's coming out. So that's why you want to subscribe on the YouTube channel, get on the website, and get the newsletter and everything they got going on. I looked at their website earlier. They have a nice little shop up there. You can buy merchandise. And I didn't go through your merchandise, but what can people get when they go to your website? Fracturedband.com, correct?
Right.
Fracturedband.com. And do you have stuff in there? I didn't even look at your shop. I just saw the button.
We do. We have T-shirts. We have hats. We have mugs.
Mugs, all right.
We have rolling papers. We do, man. And we have all sorts of. We have a lot more at the show. We have a lot more. Carry a lot more merchandise in the show. We got shot glasses. Like I said, we got rolling papers. We got T-shirts. We got bottle openers. We got
CDs. Can they get your music? CDs as well.
Unfortunately, we don't have any CDs. We sold out of them right now.
Okay.
So we're working on getting some more reprinted, as well as maybe some vinyl, like you said.
Yeah, that would be so cool, man. If you guys get some vinyl going. Have you seen the custom vinyl they have out now? It's like fluorescent green, orange, and it's like 45.45 gauge vinyl. It's like this thick. Yeah. And they didn't have that shit back when I printed like 3 singles when back in the late 70s, early 80s. And there was nothing like the vinyl today. Have you seen it? Some of the vinyl?
I haven't. No, I haven't. That sounds pretty cool.
It is. And a few bands that are all over the world, they're printing vinyl now. And if you guys do something in vinyl, man, I'll tell you, you do something in vinyl, I'll pick up a copy and put like 10 or 12 or whatever songs on there, man, of your best stuff. I think that would be a good move for you guys, bringing it back.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It's an avenue we need to explore. That's for sure.
It's not as expensive as you might think. I have a distributor, and I can just tell them print me vinyl. I've got like 15 songs up there, and they'll just take them and they'll custom make, my covers and all that stuff. And I costed it out one day, and for me to make them and do everything, it's about the same price. In fact, they do it a little bit cheaper because I've actually printed CDs for some of my friends, and because I have my laser printer here, I've done my color covers, but I don't, it's a lot of work, and I have to go through ink in my printer. I got to go buy ink, so it gets kind of expensive. But like if you guys, I don't know if you have a distribution label or somebody who has your songs that can just click a button and give you vinyl, but that's kind of the way it is nowadays. It's kind of turnkey. They'll send you out 500 records or 100 records or whatever you want. But
send us your information, man. We may take you up on that.
I will. I'll send you a link to my distributor, and you can look on there. It's pretty cool. Now, somebody in the chat room said something about you holding that guitar. They wanted you to play it or something. I know you said it wasn't plugged in.
Yeah, it's not plugged in.
But let me.
My baby.
That's your baby. That's a little. What year was that, Les Paul?
This is a 77.
That's a 77.
Yes, I bought it. It was in this condition, beat all to hell. Somebody tried to refinish it. It's the top is cracked. It was when I bought it. It was filed down for a slide guitar, and they actually this music store had it advertised as a 1977 Les Paul shoebox guitar. I was like, what in the hell is that? So I went there and I bought it instantly as soon as even though it was filed down, it just had the best feeling neck I've ever felt. So I bought it, and this was in '97, I believe.
97.
And
so it's a 70s guitar. Made in the 70s, yeah.
Yeah, the 77. And I gave it to Luther, and he called me the next day trying to buy it from me. I was like, no, what the hell? No, of course not. And then once he got it refretted and I got it back, I understood why he offered me that money. This neck is sweet. Everybody I've ever played has ever played this guitar is like, oh my God. It just has a hit.
You know, those are the best guitars, the worn ones, right? What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries about it. It's already beat up, so I don't,
Do you guys smash guitars on stage? Do you get all crazy and start breaking shit up, or?
No, that's expensive.
I just get a kick out of some of these bands that just bust just probably grab some old guitar that they don't want anymore,
Yeah, they probably got a $30 garage sale guitar or something.
You've got a beautiful collection up there of the gold. I believe that's the custom deluxe, isn't it? The Ibanez? The Les Paul deluxe.
This is a double cutaway 2011, the gold top.
Okay.
Then I've got 2002 Les Paul, what is it called, Raw Power. And this one's a 17. This is a tribute. That's 2018.
Nice.
The burst back here, if you can even see that one, that's a 96. That's another one that is incredibly. Was my number one guitar for a while, but
I see a sunburst. See a sunburst back there, way in the back.
Yeah. Yep. I bought that one and took it back to rehearsal. This is in another band, and I had bought it thinking I'll just replace the pickups. And I got it plugged into my amp, strummed to one A chord, and was like, okay, I'm not changing the damn thing. And then, of course, I had the famous Gibson headstock break. So I took it in, got it repaired, got it back to the house, and my girlfriend at the time flopped back on the couch and knocked it off again, literally the same day I got it back. And it broke again.
Oh, no.
So then I had the most expensive neck repair in history, where I took over a year and a half, basically.
Oh, my God.
I had a back strap overlay and a carbon fiber rod stuck in over the brake.
Oh, my God. That's a lot of work.
It is, but the Luther was like, the only thing you do is change the neck. I said, bullshit, you ain't changing the neck. I'll figure out something.
I'll figure something out. I played the Les Paul Gibson, and the action is so smooth on those things, man. It's like the Cadillac,
Yeah, playing Gibsons, it's the hunt too. You've got to find the one that just you pick it up and it speaks to you.
Yeah. My old guitar player had about 20 something guitars, and half of them were Les Pauls. And he had like it was a green one. It was like the wood grain came through. It was like almost fluorescent green. He just had every Les Paul there was, it seemed. But I remember some of the older ones back in the 70s played better. He enjoyed playing those more than the newer ones.
Some of the newer ones played real good too. I can't knock some of them I played. I'm not a big fan of the chambered stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I just like an aching back and neck, but it just doesn't have the same sound to me.
Yeah.
It could be, just listening with your eyes and ears, Or when somebody tells you it's chambered, I'm like instantly have this opinion, it's not going to sound as good. Maybe it does. I don't,
Now, did you guys have any highlights? Now, and everyone has a favorite gig or it doesn't have to be with this band, but like the best time you had on stage or a highlight in your music career. And I sometimes will ask this, and I'll go around robin, and I'll start off with Forrest. Can you give me the best times in rock and roll, or just the best times in music, playing or singing? Is there a time you can remember?
I've had so many memorable gigs. It's one of the things that keeps you going. I remember way back early in my career when I was still kind of finding my own voice as a singer. I was in a band in Spokane, Washington, and we were playing this mountainside gig, and his lodge up on the Spokane Mountain, and there was a lot of people there, and they're giving all the band members free Jello shots, as many as you want.
Jello shots.
And our band went on, and we had a good set. The bass player just about took out the drummer because they had built this real shoddy like pallet and plywood stage for us to play on.
Right.
And we're talking like, I think this was mid-November in Spokane, Washington, in the mountains.
Uh-huh.
My bass player comes out wearing nothing but a pink thong. He didn't tell anybody that he was going to do this. And so we were all a little taken aback, and he was really drunk, and we were all really drunk. And so that was just, in my mind, one of those epitomes of rock and roll. You know, no one could have foreseen that, and it was so much fun, and the crowd was just crazy. You know, just a few hundred people, but on that mountainside, that was all the people in the world. And so gigs like that keep me doing this.
Reminds me of the Chili Peppers when they used to wear the little panties.
I'm pretty sure that Derb was a Chili Peppers fan.
Let me move over to Phil. Phil, what do you got to say? What was your highlight?
Man, my favorite was a gig we played a couple months ago at Savannah. Our roadie, my best friend, first he gets kicked out of the club, but then he gets wasted, like blackout drunk, and like he helped us with the gear in, but then he got blackout drunk and couldn't help us with the gear out. But we had to take him home. We had finally got him back to the house in Savannah, our buddy's sober cell. We got him back there. He puked everywhere and passed out on the porch. And so we had to go back to the club and get our gear and everything. But we had chicks dancing on the tables and everything. It was an awesome gig. And somehow the chicks ended up back at Silver Cell House. Some dude from production companies giving me shrooms, and then he started giving everybody shrooms.
Get some shrooms going on, man. You know?
Oh yeah, man, it was great. Yeah. There was naked chicks in the pool.
That's a good time.
It was a great time, man. And my buddy, man, like Stony the roadie. Oh man. He missed the entire thing. He was passed out on the porch the entire time. I got pictures, it was the saddest thing.
I'm going to be interviewing Silver Cell in the next few interviews, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys
great
are
bunch
friends.
Of guys right there. Oh yeah, great bunch of guys.
All very down to earth.
It gives me a little hope for that interview. I'm going to have to go back and listen to their music again. That's pretty cool
stuff.
And who did I start off with? Forrest. Brian, give me a highlight in your music career, the best time you've had. I'm sure you've had many, but give me one highlight that it can be funny, it can be explosive. What was your best time on stage or in the music?
Probably in '96, I was playing in this band. We played the Olympics on the sidewalk in front of a Mexican restaurant, and they had a margarita machine on both sides of the band. So me and the other guitar player were shit drunk every single night. The girls were in bikinis.
There you go.
We were playing. I mean, the crowd got bigger every night. And then, of course, the bullshit happened, but we were gone for 2 nights. Came back. We played the entire 2 weeks of the Olympics, and it was like living the rock star life the entire time.
It was
cool. Fantastic.
As you just say, the Olympics, what year was that?
96.
96 Olympics. Was that like in one of the villages down there?
It was at Centennial Park, downtown Atlanta.
Gotcha. I remember that. We
were right, literally a block from Centennial Park. So we were right there on where everyone was going.
I remember that. Yeah.
People kept coming back. Like the first night, a few people out in front of us. Well, they came back, and then more people show up. And by the end of it, the whole street would be just packed. You couldn't even see. People couldn't get through. There were so many people out in front of us. And
how many people would you say were there? You played for?
Probably 1,000. Probably by the last few nights.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of people packed in there, And
it was
of course
outdoor concert
yes,
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, we do 4 sets, and we were shit ass drunk by the end of the first one.
What was the name of the band? Was it Fractured?
No, it was Swamp Juice.
Swamp Juice, I like that.
Yeah.
What kind of music? Rock and roll?
Yeah, it was kind of like I was described as Black Rose met Guns N' Roses.
Okay, not a bad mix. Not a bad mix. I love both those bands. You guys had a lot of fun in the music business so far, and you got a long ways to go. I kind of tailed off in my mid 40s, and I played for since I was 14 years old. And you guys, I'm not sure if you're probably a lot younger than I am, I'm guessing. And so you have a long ways. I see guys that are playing at 68, 70. Steven Tyler still out there. I thought Aerosmith's going to do another tour. And these guys just don't quit. And, I don't know if the new, the 60 is the new 50 or something, whatever they say, but it seems like these rockers don't quit. And I see you guys going well into your 60s, and you'll be playing till the day you die, I'm guessing, right?
Well, you know how it is. It's in you. You can't get away from it. It's always going to be in you, whether you're playing in a band or not.
It's in your blood.
You can deny it all you want, but that's who you are.
It's who you are. It's a life. It's who you are exactly. And if you pick up drumsticks or a bass and you're doing it for the money or for the girls, probably not going to last long. And you have to have a passion, I believe, for music and songwriting and making it happen and putting on the best show of your life on stage.
Absolutely. If those are all the wrong reasons. If you do it for any other reason than the love of music, you won't last. You won't last.
And I say that every show. And especially for the young guys, I could tell the ones that are passionate, the songwriters. And I started early. All the band members in my band were 5 and 6 years older than me. I was like 14 and they were like 25, 26, 22. And I was always the young guy in the band. I remember I played with Warrant, if you remember Warrant.
Yeah.
And I played an FM station down in North Hollywood. And that was before we lost Jamie, of course. Janie. But anyway, I remember, if you know anything about Hollywood, there's a North Hollywood. There's a lot of small clubs out there, and one of them was FM Station. And I'll never forget it, man. They threw us off the stage and said, "This is our stage." And they didn't give us a dressing room. That's our dressing room. I go, "There's only one. I need a place to change." They kicked us out to the parking lot. I had to get changed in the parking lot. We just pulled up a sheet and pulled the van around. And I played with Y&T. I don't know if you remember Y&T.
Oh yeah, great band.
Yeah, Manichetti. I played with them at the Granada Theater in Ontario, and we actually kicked ass that night. We got a headline. We were on the front page of the Tribune or the LA Times. I can't remember what paper. And Y&T had 10 albums or something out at that point.
Yeah, they recently came through Atlanta. Well, recently, probably 5-6 years ago. And they're still kicking ass. It was an incredible show.
Yeah, Dave's not going to quit. I'm surprised they haven't blown the ceiling, off the roof off the building yet. They've always had great songs and in my eyes hits, but they just never went through. Never blew up. And,
they were one of those bands that just never hit that should have.
Yeah. And I also played with Great White. And I remember opening up for Great White at the Pomona Valley Auditorium in California. And there was 7,000 kids there. And we had Cheap Trick's light show. And I was the lead singer for Danger at the time. And I remember I was backstage and we were set up in front of them. How they take the drum stage. Like they had the drum stage, but I had to set our drums up in front of the drums. They put the curtain behind our drums so you can't see their drums. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And everything was built around a Great White at the time. And I'll never forget, I had 2 55-gallon drums, dry ice. And I had them all ready to go. I had told the roadie, I said, "Hey, put a cover on that. Don't let anybody see that. You get the dry ice in there and get it going." And Mark Kendall, who became a good friend of mine, the guitar player, he goes, "Hey, Dean, you can't use those dry ice machines, man. This is our show." And I go, "Well, Mark, this is part of my show, man. I need the smoke. I need the smoke out there." And they told us we couldn't do it. Anyway, long story short, I went ahead and used the dry ice machines. But man, do you guys do
rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm a rock and roll guy. But do you guys have any stage props? like things that you do, like for the, you know, like bombs, light show. You have like, tell me about your live show.
Well, this past weekend, which was it was a kick-ass weekend, man. Like Fort Myers was insane. Like we packed the house in Stet's bar, like Stet Howland.
Oh, Stet's bar, man. Yeah,
man. Stet Howland from Wasp.
I love Stet, man. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, I love Stet.
He was fucking awesome, dude. Like, oh, he was so welcoming and everything. It was really cool place. And like I said, it was packed, man. And like, oh man, Rich Green was awesome. He played with one hand in Oblivia. It was a kick-ass night. But like, yeah, man.
Stet's bar, man.
Yeah, Fort Myers was crazy. And like, where was I going with that? Like,
I see Stet every day on my Facebook page, and he's always advertising Stet's bar, and that's Fort Myers, right, out there in Florida.
Yeah.
And he has all kinds of crazy bands out there. I didn't know you guys. Are you guys? Well, anyway, did you play with this band? Was it this band you played with?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Fraction and Oblivia.
Okay. That's pretty cool, man. And so how is Stet's place? I want to know, because I see it. How was it playing there?
It was awesome, man. It was packed. Like the people were awesome. There was this one crazy bitch that like came up to me and was like, "Hey, I know you. We're friends on Facebook." And I was like, that's so cool. It's great to meet you in person. And she was like, well, I don't know. Like, she was completely next to me. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I had my manager trying to go talk to her. She was nuts. Eventually, she punched Rich Green in the stomach and was like, "You invited me here." And he's like, "That's my job, lady." But,
did you guys vacation out there, the whole band? Did you guys stay in Florida out there?
Yeah, we stayed at a big ass Airbnb.
Nice.
It was so fancy, man. We're not used to that. But
did Stet hang out with you guys and party? That guy can party. I know Stet.
Oh, yeah.
Stet Howland's a fucking partier.
Oh, Forrest got to sing with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing after party karaoke in the bar. And so yeah, he was just like he called me up and we started singing songs like
fun.
In the Wind, and we did we did a Rebel Yell with Billy Idol. And
Rebel Yell, yeah.
He was on the drums and I was on the vocals, and that was.
Oh my God. Yeah, Stet's a fun guy. You know, he's been through a lot. I don't know if you know Stet's history. He's been through a lot. Yeah, he's had a little bit of, he's had some challenges in life, and he's overcome them. And he was a great drummer for Wasp and Metal Church. What a great guy. And I don't know if you guys got to see him back when he was in Metal Church and Wasp. And I knew Chris Holmes. Chris Holmes was a good friend of mine, the guitar player for Wasp.
Yeah, I saw Metal Church a long time ago, but I don't know if Stet was in the band at that point.
I don't think Stet was with Chris. I'm trying to remember the year, but what a great guy. I interviewed him when he was playing with Freak Show. You remember Freak Show?
Yeah.
Carlos Cavazzo, Quiet Riot.
Oh, yeah. Great guitar player.
Oh, he's playing with Hurricane, his brother, down in Orange County somewhere. Carlos is still playing, man.
Last thing I heard him do was that Rat album in like 2011.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Man, I couldn't believe it. I bought that thing and was like, it didn't come out of my CD player for 6 months.
Did you see him playing with Stephen Pearcy just recently down at Vamped in Las Vegas?
No, I haven't seen him with Stephen Pearcy.
Yeah, he's been playing with I guess it's called Rat. I guess it's still Rat.
Yeah, and it was 2012 or 13. They opened up for somebody that I saw that tour.
Yeah.
And they sounded fantastic.
Oh, he sounds great. There's another guitar player I didn't recognize, but Carlos is kind of the main guy. And him and Steven were up on stage. I just watched it today. And he's still ripping. He's a great guitar player.
Oh, yeah, he's
Carlos.
fantastic.
And he's a super nice guy, if you got to talk to him. Super nice guy. He's so down to earth.
You mentioned Chris Holmes. I just watched that documentary on YouTube about him. That's pretty cool.
I knew Chris when I was partying, playing backyard parties. And me and Chris used to roll around on the grass and get kegger parties going. And he was a wild man. And I'll never forget, I got a picture of me, him, and some other guy. We're in front of this backyard party, and he's just pounding a beer. And that dude knew how to party. I mean, seriously.
Oh,
yeah. He was like
they
crazy.
covered that in that documentary. He was crazy.
He puts David Lee Roth to shame when it comes to backyard parties. Yeah. But and then I ended up playing with his guitar tech. And that was Danger. When I was the lead singer for Danger, a guy named Denny Barry was his lead guitar tech. And that's how I met Chris. And then I met Lita Ford because Chris was dating Lita, if you remember that.
Nice.
He brought Lita into my studio because he knows Denny. And me and Lita sang a couple songs that night. It was a barn down in Pasadena. And I'll never forget, she was all fucked up and we were singing like Led Zeppelin or some shit. But Chris was with her for a little while after she left Tony from Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I believe she was married. She got married to Chris. She got married.
Yeah. Anybody who brings Lita Ford to your place is, a friend for life for sure.
She was a cool chick, man. She was a cool chick. And she kept asking me, man, where can I get some speed, man? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. But she was so cool, man. And Stet knows her very well. Stet has some great stories. If you get a chance, go back and watch that podcast show. It was with Freak Show. And he tells a long story about that, him and Lita. And they were very good friends. I'm surprised he didn't talk to you guys about it. He always talks about Lita. But we're going to head towards wrapping up a little bit, guys. And I want people to come out and see you play. And I want them to buy your record when it comes out in vinyl, which I know will be very soon because you guys are talking about it. Well, sometimes when you talk about something, it just happens. It just seems like. And I want to wish you guys the best of luck in the rock and roll business, in the music business. I hate to use that word. It's kind of a bad word. But in the music industry, whatever you want to call it, I see you guys have a bright future.
It's a meat grinder. You can call it what it is.
And you're a good-looking band, and you're a good-sounding band, and I just wish you guys the best of luck in this crazy business.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. And Phil, you're looking good over there, brother. Keep rocking with that 5-string bass. Keep pumping it out. And Forrest, it was a pleasure talking to you tonight as well. And Brian, thank you for all the insight on the band tonight. I really appreciate it. And I tried to keep the music to a minimum. I had somebody say, Dean, don't play music when people are talking. So I try to keep the music down. This show is going to be reposted back out again, and it will go to Apple Podcast. It'll go to Spotify. It'll be on like iTunes, Deezer, and about 50 other platforms in 105 countries. Cool. So this show gets rebroadcasted after the live show. The reason I do the live show is because I'm hoping for people to call in and talk to you guys. And I kind of started the live show just for that reason, so I could get some live interaction. But I don't always get calls into the show. I don't know if people they're shy. Maybe they're shy. They don't want to call in. But nobody got a chance to win the podcast mug. So I may ask you guys for an address, and I'll shoot you guys one out for the band. Something like that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you guys for doing the show. And before we go, I'm going to play a little outro video. I got some noise back there. Not sure where it's coming from. Hang on a second. I'm going to go ahead and mute all you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and play a little video on the way out, guys. And I want to thank you for doing the Dean Vaughn Music podcast show. So I'm going to play that video for you right now. Here we go. And good night. And thank you for watching the show, everyone who watched and listened.
Take my hand and come with me. I can show you what is real. You'll never have to worry here again, or have
thank you guys for doing the show tonight. And I think I muted all you guys. And I want to thank everyone for watching.